What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite racing, fighting, and role-playing game, Jackal, and you are listening to the Goddrifter podcast. I am your host, Goddrifter, and, well, originally known as Goddrifter and some Productions. So, yeah, for the most, um, what else are new to my channel? I am a streamer that usually streams Grand Theft Auto Online, Need for Speed Unbound, The Crew 2, as well as a whole bunch of Let's Plays. And not to mention also stream Gran Turismo, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, you saw about the MW remake rumors?
Yes, I did, basically. And there are two problems that comes to mind when it comes to trying to recreate a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake. And the first one is, well, it's quite obvious, really. The original Need for Speed Most Wanted is made by Black Box, right? And the other Need for Speed Most Wanted, which I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the one that we're probably gonna get, was made by Criterion, which was a wondering that one came out in 2012, and it, along with the DLCs, usually is there for some reason. But at the same time, actually is kind of like that for the most part. So yeah, that's basically if it's the 2005 variant and not the 2012 variant, then God help us, because dear Lord, I don't know what is gonna happen when it comes to these new when it comes to the remake of Most Wanted 2005. Um, Now, there is a difference between a remake and a remaster. A remaster is literally like, just like what most people would say about many other remasters. It's usually a re-released variant of the game, but with improved graphics as well as added extra content, along with, as I was saying, but I got interrupted by Santa. Um, Yeah, if it's kind of, so yeah, basically there are right ways to do a remake. For a really good example, there is Resident Evil and Dead Space, and then there are bad remakes. Cough cough, Rockstar's trilogy. Cough cough, PS3, Xbox 360 version GTA San Andreas. Cough cough. So yeah, hopefully it's always on the good side, because when it comes to these most wanted, I'm pretty sure that due to the
All
fact
you
that
just
Kurt,
wanna see is a remake slash remastered for NFS Carbon.
dude, okay, so this is like I saw because I've been thinking about this, and I kid you not, what if they actually mixed both the underground games plus most wanted and Carbon all into one game? Like, I know it's gonna be tough because licensing and stuff, but hey, let's be honest. What? How many of us actually wanted to get the How many of us actually wanted a recreation,
That
not
would be
creation,
quite lousy.
it will be crazy indeed. But actually, there is one thing that I want to actually address. This is the customization. Um, and though the customization will be absolutely crazy, I actually want to keep things okay,
It will also
basically
make sense and save time for E to make other games.
that will be true. Same thing with I think it'll be like literally the same thing with the licensing and stuff, basically.
You're fucking done! Hit the floor!
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, like because of customization, I like to have the vehicles have like literally 2000s like legit parts instead of just like, oh yeah, let's have them with the fancy kits, but make the fancy kits an option. Like don't just like, oh yeah, we had these body kits that no one's gonna put on because dear lord, hard is 2005. That sounds right. It's literally hard mid 2000s. Like
Most Wanted and Carbon were fire games. Carbon had a way better map in my opinion.
Carbon, that is indeed true. Unfortunately, Carbon actually has the least amount of bosses. I kid you not. Like comparing to like any other game, because if I remember correctly, Needs Underground has wait no, actually no. Carbon has the second least amount of bosses because there is Needs to be Underground 2, which you're literally racing against a few teams plus racing Caleb in the last race. And then you got like the most amount of bosses, which is obviously 15 because well the blacklist. That's all I gotta say. Like oh yeah,
4 bosses.
yeah, Carbon has 4 bosses. Um, Now, this is actually a true. This actually is a true. Like, okay, does Underground count? Yes, because Underground has 4. Well, it's not just 4. There's 5 bosses because. Wait, no, there's 6 bosses. My bad. I keep. Wait, no. So wait, then. Oh my god. Okay, so in terms of which game has the least amount of bosses, oh man, that's easily. Um.
They had
My
the
god.
Tuners boss, the American and exotic bosses too.
Yeah, so basically they have tuner bosses. Like they basically got Kenji's Bushido, which is tuners. Uh, Anji's 21st Street Crew, which is muscle, which that include the Vauxhall Monaro, which is a Australian version of. Well, it's not even Australian. I do believe Vauxhall is English, if I remember correctly.
Struggling to defeat Darius on the Supra, but I defeated him on a stock Subaru Scout.
Right, yeah, you saw that. You saw that was struggle. Try and beat him with a 350Z. Oh my god. My god. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, beating him. It's like, nah, man. It's, like, you want to know the real story? Try and beat him with a 350Z. It's like, there is no way that you'll be able to actually get him without any problems. Oh my god. Now, in terms of what was I saying? Oh yes, basically it's like I combine both the underground along with
That R8 used to turn like a monster.
that R8 was OP. Like I kid you not. If there's one vehicle that is extremely overpowered, it was that R8. And heck, even like legit thought that like, oh yeah, the M3 is totally gonna be the one that's gonna destroy it. Nope. The M3 didn't even come close. And that was the final car from Most Wanted. Like, I kid you not. Like, there was so many factors going on. It's like, what the heck is this? So, in terms of Need for Speed, in terms of like Need for Speed wise, I'm pretty sure that it will make a crap ton of sense is to literally add more cars in like the all-in-one game. Basically, it's basically like keep in mind, like a lot of vehicles like weren't even in the games actually. Like for example, there's only like one BMW and that well 2 BMWs if you count the collector's edition, not collector's edition, the what's that called? The Black Edition for Need for Speed Most Wanted, which adds a few cars in the game. So there's the C6R, the Chevrolet Camaro, as well as I think it was a street variant of the M3 GTR. But then again, along with one just a regular M3. to customize. So it's like, okay, like, why don't they add like the E46 M3? Like I was saying back then. And heck, it'll be for those who are wondering, okay, if there is going to be if there's going to be like a remake of just all four new speeds come together, how many cars will there be? Well, if we check how many vehicles there were, there was, as I remember correctly, there was 23 and 28 in both these two most wanted, so that'll be like
I used to
around
play it on
50.
PS2, but since I never got the DLC, I never got to drive either the MR2, the Lotus California or the A86 Pensive Face.
If I remember, oh, okay, so basically, those cars were never DLC. They were part of a different edition of the game called the Collector's Edition, which has the MR2, the Europa, the A86, as well as the 240SX, and not to mention the G35 and many others. And that was like, wait a minute, they have all these games. Wait, say, hold on, not these games. Like the heck, like hold on a second. So you tell me like this game had a crap ton more cars than the regular variant needs to be Carbon. And keep in mind, I played the PS3 variant. Like, actually, then again, I have played both variants, and what I can say for sure is
So you
that
had the Collector's Edition?
I said, oh Jesus, so it's not DLC. It's just it's an online S type thing. Oh dear lord. So yeah, basically, if I remember correctly, I do believe there was a collector's edition where you can actually unlock those cars. I can't remember, but I do like because keep in mind the PS3 variant never got the collector's edition, which not gonna lie, it was quite upset because it was like, okay, they have all these cool cars, and yet here's these three cars on the PS3. It's outside variants of the game. Oh my goodness. Uh, now,
Check
in
out
terms of
later, haven't used my PS2 in like 10 years.
Jesus Christ. Now, what was I saying? So, yeah, in terms of vehicles, if you count, so yeah, basically, Easy Underground has 23, Easy Underground 2 has 28, um, Most Wanted had around 32, and then Carbon had around, oh geez, it's been a while since I played Carbon. I have to say it's like around 40 to 50 cars, I can't remember, because there were like three tiers for the most part, which actually was a really, really good idea. And actually, I do believe that's what inspired the Forza team to actually put them into classes. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, oh, this guy's in tier 3 and this is a tier 2 car. Which, not gonna lie, was the only thing that confused me the most is when they had the RX-7 as a tier 2 car. And yeah, they got the Skyline, the Supra, um, as well as the freaking crap. What the other vehicle was? Um, you got the Legends in Tier 3. I'm more like, okay, hold on a second. How come the RX-7 is not even like Tier 3? And why is the 350Z in Tier 3 in the first place? Like, what the heck? Like, those. Like that car can easily be passed as a tier 2 car instead of like just tier 3. And heck, even the G35 was a tier 3 car. I was like, okay, hold on, they must be on something. If that vehicle can actually be a oh my goodness. was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically so there will be like more cars in I could possibly count. But hey, at least there's a healthy majority of these aren't gonna be convertibles. Cough, cough needs to be heated. I'm bound. Cough, cough. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those cases where it's like, okay, so pretty sure they're gonna add more cars. And they're like, okay, hold on, what's the most popular cars in around 2003, 2006? It's like, oh crap. Oh yeah, let's just add more cars from those eras. It's like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Adds a concept X to the game. Now keep in mind that this was before this is before the Evo 10 came out, which keep in mind that car came out in 2007 and was in production in 2008. So there's that for the most part. And I actually even remember like had the games that didn't even bother like, oh yeah, there's a new Evo coming out. They added they added the Evo 10 like it was nothing. Juice 2, yeah, Juice 2, Cars the Prototype X. DC Pro Street, Mitsubishi Evo.
X7 and the Evo a lot.
Jesus Christ. What else was there? There was also the time where they actually have, and heck, even the and this is actually a very underrated game. Heck, even the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift game actually has an Evo 10 in two forms. The Classic Sportback, which will be known as the Classic Sportback, and around like 2012, yeah, around 2012. And last but certainly not least, there was the good old fashioned Concept X, which is another vehicle that many people didn't realize, like, oh yeah, that's gonna be the new Evo. Oh my god. And yeah, it was pretty interesting to say the least. Um, Now, in terms of gameplay, I'm pretty sure, like, oh yeah, like, since it's a remake, and they're gonna be like, okay, so we're going from bull. Hold on a second, Santa. This is a rated M game. How the heck are you guys supposed to have they're like this? Like, what in the world? That's not him. That's not him. Where the fuck are they at? Oh my god. Oh, found him. Now,
Dude, what is your problem? You're being a real dumbass.
what was the thing? So yeah, basically, it'll be like, it'll be like, oh yeah, this like it's like, oh my god, and like I'm not okay. This is gonna be the funniest thing I ever said in the entirety of this podcast, but like it needs to be. Let's say if this Need for Speed let us create our character fully instead of just like oh yeah here's a preset and here's your facial features, here's your hair, here's your clothing. Yeah, you're good. It's like what the heck?
Man, you gonna get your money. Stop
Oh god, freaking dang it.
My dad dropped acid with him in the 80s.
Okay.
Check is in the mail, dog. Whatever. Radio dead, TV is dead. It's all about the wavelength of the collective consciousness. I hear that new Pro X is hot. Whatever, dude. Think about it, man. I'll catch you later.
Oh, well, in that case. Alright, is there any part of your car real quick? No, what was that? Oh yeah, so basically... So this is the story I had in mind. Basically... So yeah, this story is going to be completely different from the actual story that needs to be okay, so basically it's kinda like, oh yeah, here's like you trying to escape the cops from like busting you, and then you had to leave the city, and and you might know what happened to the Toyota Supra that the player was using, then goes to Olympic City, wins a whole bunch of races, and then it's like, okay, and keep in mind you actually keep that car in the next game, and then instead of the Nissan Skyline that the game actually said that you had, it will be your own vehicle from said game, and then the vehicle gets totaled. That's usually what happens and how that works. And not to mention the money you the money you earned from those races plus the insurance money will give you enough to actually buy your first car along with a few upgrades, and that's about it. Then, of course, you win a few more races, and then you travel to Rockport. And at that point, you basically had to like sell the vehicle you literally owned, and you end up with the M3 GTR. And then right after the jump, spoilers for these who most wanted. After you defeated the Blacklist racers, um, you have the chance to actually get the you have a chance to get the M3 GTR in your possession, and then right after that, you'll be able to actually go into the go to the canyons, and then get chased down by Cross. Then possibly not to mention that's also gonna be a chance to actually add the deleted cutscenes. So the was wondering how long will it take to beat the game in general? Well, if you add all four games into one, if you add all four games into one game, then that will equal to around, I gotta say, like a month or so, of that game that looked like last year. It's like, dear Lord, a month? Yes, a freaking month. Why a month? Simple, because literally this is a story, and this is an entire story combined into one game. Like no one remembers Nathan Drake's the Nathan Drake collection, which literally is like three games combined into one. It's like, alright, that's totally cool. And heck, there's even like the moment where I do believe, if I remember correctly, Kingdom Hearts actually had a game where it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, every single title is there, but nah, we're like, because like Need for Speed, oh heck, nah, we're not doing that mess. This is a remake, right? So basically, they're adding not only the DLC cars, basically not only that they're adding more cars to the game, which keep in mind, it will legit rival Need Speed Unbound. 150, I think it's now 156, am I correct? Because it was like 155 cars. They're also gonna be like, oh yeah, this is the vehicle actually we want to use. It's like, okay, I got it, it's kind of cool, but still, it's just like, god dang. Um, but in actuality though, it'll make plenty of sense because like
I just hate the grinding system it has.
I mean the grinding system is not bad. It's just that it's not even correctly. Like kid is not. You wonder how many people groan the moment they actually had to unlock every single card that they actually had to unlock, and like most like they're like Cartanian. Why the heck did you gave us like two different campaigns? And it's like, oh yeah, one's for like one of them is obviously one is for the story, the other is for online. It's like okay, well, it's like okay, so if the cards you win are transferred to Unbound, how come you can't do that? You can't do the same with the um same thing with the online vehicles. Like these vehicles are already as hard it is to actually get, but buying them is an entirely different story. And heck, half people literally bought the Palace Edition of these vehicles, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, how the heck did you guys get them guys? You guys like 3 mil. Like that makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, it's kind of that for the most part. Um, but then again, if it was like, it's actually very.
It would be on top if it could run 60 and 120 FPS.
Sadly, only runs 30. God dang it, that's the one thing that a lot of people gave heat lacked for. It's like man, like you only run 30 FPS. I'm like, yeah, but I'm still the better game. It's like, yeah, you're better game, but you can't. Yeah, but you're not Unbound. It's like, my guy, Unbound is literally the grinding mess. The grinding mess of the game. Like, listen, I legit love grinding in the game. Like there is there's one thing that I usually think myself to is literally to just buy like literally my dream cards first, and then I buy the rest of the stuff. That's basically how that works. Like there are some unique variants on the vehicles that are in Bound. For example, the 2019 Mustang. Like keep in mind, this is the
FS Heat, it's still fun to play even after 4 years.
and people literally slapped on it. It's like, man, Need for Speed is not the same. Like we want, and they have freaking rose tinted glasses when it comes to that stuff for the most part. I'm more listen, when it comes to Need Speed Unbound, like it's part of the game that you legit can get in that is basically that's literally Need Speed related. That's not complete trash. Cough, 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 payback. Jesus Christ. Like, here's the thing. I was like, but yeah, basically I was like, man, Alabama was gonna be the best thing of all time. And then it was like, nah, fam, it was never good. It's like man, I was like, man, you guys are here. And then literally a few years out, like, why did I defend Alabama in the first place? Like, what the heck was I thinking? Like, dear God, like, what the heck was I thinking when it comes to need some payback? I was like, oh God, I can't believe I defended this game. Get trashed. Like, and there's one thing I didn't like about Payback was literally the full-on. I'm not joking when I say this. Three things actually came to mind when something definitely went wrong with Easy Payback. One, there are no cops in the game, which means that the cops you see are literally literally like story based. Second thing is literally the cop system, which I was like, okay, no, that's the card, the upgrade system. Basically, they're in form of cards, so it's literally a gacha game, except it's a gacha game for parts instead of just straight up, upgrade the vehicle like a normal person. And what's the third, you may ask? Well,
NFS Payback had good cushionies, just kinda bad graphics, but the only NFS game with day/night cycle.
I would say that you're right, but at the same time, you're kind of wrong. Because there was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit for 2010, and that game was the first ever Need for Speed with a day-night cycle. Many people didn't realize that because, well, they usually play the events and no, they don't go for free drive. And when it comes to the free drive, oh yeah, just basically have like a day and night cycle, and it's like, okay, that's not bad. Like it actually is kind of perfect, but still, nonetheless. There was also what's the third thing? Oh yeah, the freaking vanity items that are locked behind.
PS4-PS5 consoles.
I know. It's just still, I like the original Hot Pursuit more. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. And then
2015 is my favorite in terms of graphics.
the graphics in Need for Speed 2015 were beautiful. I kid you not. Like there was one thing. Heck, I actually do like the upgrade system in 2015 because they're like harder. Like you actually can learn about these parts. I guess it's not that bad of a learning system too. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, it's basically, so the Veniams are legit locked behind the freaking loot boxes, which I was like, oh no, and I came in mind, this was 2017 EA, this is basically Electronic Arts, but we basically know it as EA. This was 2017 EA with the freaking, oh yeah, let's have every single game with full-on loot boxes. And guess what the rarest item was? Bags. Yeah, straight up air suspension was literally the rarest thing in the entirety of.
I only go for loot boxes just to have fun in Payback.
Really. And not to mention, if there's one thing he did right is like they didn't put the loot boxes back. Like we can legit get them how we wanted to. There's that for the most part. And many of us forget that literally when it comes to like added content, it's like, oh yeah, and not to mention Need for Speed in terms of like PS4 and PS5 was like the last game to actually have like buyable DLC, and because literally I would say the last one because obviously he only had one DLC, which I kid you not, I was wondering why there's only one DLC in the first place. Because, yeah, one of which was a variant of the DB11, and the other one is a McLaren F1, which Dear Lord, that car was literally a pay to win, just like the freaking McLaren F1. Because McLaren F1 was legit the fastest car. And heck, that car was even compared to. I am not sure when I say this. This car was compared to the RSR. It's how ridiculously fast it was, and it is indeed true because the car was the first ever vehicle to reach 240, to reach almost 215 miles an hour, and that is literally in a straight line. And it's like, oh, it actually looks kind of sick. Not gonna lie, but then again, there's the we good, don't worry, we good. Okay, oh yeah, basically, the like literally the majority of the reasons why a lot of us literally immediately go to these be heat is because is literally because of how cool as they not only that there was like they added more cars to the game, but they actually add a crap ton of customization, which I was like, okay, cool. Like, are they logs behind certain elements? Like, do we have to do we have to literally like jazz there? Do we have to do we have to literally do we have to escape with the cops? And it's like, okay, cool. But the thing that attracted me to Need for Speed Heat was the way they did high heat races, which for those that do not know, in Need for Speed Heat there is a thing called high heat races. These type races are normally they usually cost money, but you actually can legit make a lot of money. So basically, it's kind of like that for the most part. Uh, so in terms of
Races were fun.
yeah, the high heat races are actually fun. Um, but the only like, well, so for those are new to Need for Speed Heat, and I can give you guys one advice: don't bring a car that can actually get destroyed easily, because my goodness, if you haven't realized it by now, Need for Speed Heat cops were extremely ruthless. And we're talking, these guys do not give a f what you did to them. They legit just gonna keep coming back, and it'll keep coming back until you legit like go back to the garage. And keep in mind, you only have five five repairs, and if you use top 5 repairs, then it's legit game over. Like, I kid you not. But yeah, it's kind of like that for the most part. I think it's literally just, I think it's, well, it's not the same thing as Unbound, because Unbound, okay, yeah, no. If I had to compare the two, Unbound is just as, if not more ruthless than the freaking Needs to Be Heat's cops. Because Needs to Be Heat's cops are literally like, oh yeah, basically, uh, it's like, oh yeah, basically to have like if you literally drive around the same, or so you know, it doesn't matter if you drive around a different car or you drive the same car, they legit will catch you slipping the moment that they saw you. It's like wait a minute, you're the same guy we've been chasing for. Like crap, okay. But yeah, in terms of like needs to be Heat cops, on the other hand, they are literally like night and day. The the cops you get chased around in daytime are normally usually will go for like, oh yeah, we're like, oh yeah, we're just doing our jobs. But nighttime, they were just like, man, I can't wait to bust this drive and get this car.
More fun if they just made only one campaign.
That legit would have been true. But then again, you have to realize like a lot of people like we play fact like okay, here's online with with another campaign. Have fun unlocking them cars. It's like god dang it. Ay, ay. Like I kid you not, like the moment that actually gotten the when I leveled to 99, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. But then again, this is actually another good question. What is Unbound? Okay, so what is Volume 4 gonna bring? Because even though yeah, we finally got like a not like a battle pass per se, because it's like oh yeah, basically they're just doing all of that mess for experience. And not to mention the link ups legit kind of killed off the playlists. Like not everyone wanted to do playlists anymore. A lot of people just want to make a crap ton of money and literally they're like yo, how do you get this car? And it's like, yo, you have to do such and such plans. Like, nope, I ain't gonna do a playlist. I can just do it on my own. It's like, no, this is like no legit the car. You have to unlock it by playlist. It's like, man, that's stupid. Like, playing Criterion, like, god dang. Like, keep in mind, it's not Criterion's fault. Like, all of us like to blame certain things about the game. And it's like, man, this is Criterion's fault. It's like, man, see, that's another thing that I'm talking about. It's literally so back to the Most Wanted remake. How the heck are they gonna make it in the first place? Since if it's the 2005 remake, they need to get Black Box back. But then again, half the staff of Black Box are in completely different studios. Like, I kid you not. It's like, wait a minute, how the heck are people supposed to get East 1005 if the studio behind East Wanted are not there? Like, god dang. But at the same time, it usually, sometimes it will not work, sometimes it works, but then again, if you know, you know. Same thing with, like, oh yeah, needs to be Underground, needs to be Underground 2, needs to be Fire, needs to be Carbon, and needs to be Pro Street, and oh dear god, and this is actually gonna be a really controversial thing. Imagine if Needs to Be Undercover has a remake. So, what will they do with said remake? Well, to be perfectly honest, and I legit thought about this. If they legit make a Needs to Be Undercover remake, then not only do they have to like, oh yeah, but you have to look at what they like. Okay, so what was wrong with the first game? It's like the first variant of the game. It's like, oh, you know, the useness, it's like, oh, you know, the freaking lens flare as the sun. Like, god dang. Like, we wondering how was in the, and yeah, wondering why have like majority of us that we played Need for Speed Undercover, didn't like it, and it's like, oh my god, the freaking like the graphics, like I see, like the vehicles feel floaty, the cops felt really heavy to hit.
The Banshee just to get missiled on by an oppressor.
God dang, dude. And this is the reason why this is why I literally not playing in public lobbies anymore because of stupid things like that. It's like you look like alright, time to drive the Banshee. Boom. It's like, what did I do? Like I did I legit did nothing wrong. Like God dang, it's like yo, dude, it's just a game. It's like sheesh. Moving the frick on, moving on. um, but yeah, so it's time for me to talk about the next topic. Not need speed. The Crew Motorfest is coming in really hot, really fast, along with the beta, which is supposedly will come out pretty soon. Like, kid you not, it's like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be it's supposed to come out like around September. Which, for those I'm wondering, I am going to be
pre-order TCM.
Yeah, the Crew Motorfest. I'm pretty sure the pre-order bonus literally involved a Toyota Supra Liberty Walk edition, which there's also a Liberty Walk playlist. I was like, hold a freaking phone, like hold on a moment, like how the heck am I supposed to do that in person? And I am indeed playing on like there's one game actually like to that I will pre-order. It is the what's that called? I will literally with what's that called? It would have been the freaking God, what was that called? It would have been the gold edition for the Crew Motorfest. And the reason why I said
wait till it released until I saw that LBW wide body on that MK5.
my God, and yeah, it's like what the heck? Wait, Mark 5 Supra Liberty Walk. Oh God, okay, now I gotta pre-order. It's like darn every tower I got. It's just like the heck they do. It's like, dude, have you seen what they're trying to? Have you seen the pre-order vehicle? It's like, wait, what is it? Oh snap! Okay, the Liberty Walk Toyota Supra, and heck yeah, it is. Like, what in the world? But yeah, for the most part, it was kind of like that. Kind of like that, except um, basically, it's literally it's like that's not what. It's basically the Crew Motorfest. Literally is like, oh yeah, we're like, oh, instead of the entire United States, and we're just missing one thing of. We're missing one more state. Actually, flashback, two more states.
On the coasts of Hawaii.
Oh man, I cannot wait for the freaking. I can't even wait to drop my Evo in around the around the seas of Oahu. Like it was freaking. I was driving my speed and said Evo. Like God dang.
What am I doing?
Like I'm over here. I'm like, what the heck, man? Hawaii looks cool, man. I actually legit wanted to like. Like I actually legit wanted to buy the game. But again, the game hasn't released yet. And I'm like, oh man, that's actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. There we go.
That's it for you.
Yeah, it's usually is but usually it's kind of like a it's kind of like because like a lot of people are like, man, like wait, are they gonna give us test drives? Like we're giving you guys test drives. It's like, yes, let's fucking go. It's like, yeah, Lord, guys, freaking chill on that mess, man. Like we don't even know, like man, we don't even know the release date yet. It's like, oh, don't worry, we got you covered. When's it gonna release? September 14th. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's that's like around the time where I can actually now keep in mind in terms of what's that called? In terms of the rest of the games there's also Test Drive Solo Ground, which at this point I'm pretty sure this is literally a meme where it's like, oh yeah, this game is never gonna release, and if it did release, it's gonna be the same full on situation as the as Cyberpunk, which they're like, oh yeah, we have to wait till like it completely like not reintroduce itself. It's like, okay, yeah, basically it's like, man, the game is bad. Like they don't buy this game. It's like, my God, you didn't even bother playing it because of the freaking like glitches and everything. It's like, God dang. Okay. Well, yeah. Other than that, it actually is. Yeah. Hopefully, we actually get. I say, hopefully it's. I say, hopefully the actual game is good, because dear Lord, the game is not good. We gonna have some issues. And we were like, man, good Motorfest sucks. Like, my guy. I was like, well, are you the Xbox player? It's like, yes. And it's like, you're comparing it to freaking Forza. That's the reason why. It's like, yo. And it's like, so this is actually my advice. This is a legit advice. Basically, don't get hyped yet. Go in with low expectations. And then if the game is good, it's good. If the game is bad, play it. Let's see, not play the game more, because that's kind of like, oh my God, this game, I really don't like this game. It's like, my guy, just stop playing it. And basically, and the thing is, like, okay, if you bought the disc version, then unfortunately, then you can actually turn it. But digital, unfortunately, you have to look at the game with this stain, just like I did with Friday Experience. Which, keep in mind, I am not joking when I say this, I could have easily saved that money for a different kind of game. I kid you not. But yeah. So speaking of test drives, let's move on to the next topic. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. One of the many, 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 many racing games that a lot of people wanted to see back, which is the Test Drive series. Now, Test Drive Unlimited is it's not a sequel per se. It's more like it's more of a spin-off, and most likely, I'm going to call this the Persona effect. The reason why I call it the Persona effect, because the Persona games legit was a spin-off to the Shin Megami Tensei series. And this is actually indeed true, because instead of demons, they're called shadows. So with Test Drive Unlimited is basically a sequel. It's basically a spin-off to the Test Drive games. Like, I kid you not, my first ever Test Drive game I've played, and I still have to this day, would legit have to be Test Drive 2002. Or in any other variants of the game called Test Drive Overdrive. And it is, I am not kidding when I say this, it is basically a mixture of the driver games along with the Fast and the Furious, just because of this. Well, not the story per se, because well, the freaking soundtrack at the time. Like many people didn't realize the soundtrack of the Test Drive 2002 is straight up the era of the Fast and Furious. Like, for example, we got DMX's DMX's "We Are Here" to Ja Rule's "Furious," along with Saliva's "Lackluster," um, and heck, even Junkie XL was in the freaking was in the game, which I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Actually, it's kind of awesome, actually. And then you got the Touchdown Unlimited games, which I played both Touchdown Unlimited and Touchdown Unlimited 2. I played Touchdown Unlimited on the PS2, and I played Touchdown Unlimited 2 on the PS3. So the fact that we're getting Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown, this is actually gonna be the first time in a long while that we're probably going to get those games on the PS4 and PS5, and this is actually a true thing. People, how come PS4 is still getting games? Like, it makes no sense. Like they should just leave those games, like leave those consoles behind. And it's like, my guy, not all of us can afford a freaking PS5. Get mine. I shouldn't say anything because I was gifted mine. So yeah, there's that for the most part. And I only bought two. Like I said, I bought 3 games so far, and for the PS5. One of which is this game, obviously. And then I bought Needs Runbound, and then I bought Cyberpunk 2077, which I had a really good experience with the game. Like, I kid you not.
I told you I was the real deal.
Like, I'm not kidding. It's basically, I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Hello, legs for days. If I can, there you go. All right.
Gotta go.
What in the heck? Okay. Now, so yeah, for the most part, it was pretty interesting to experience both games at the same time. It's like, okay, yeah. So PS2, at least PS2, I played Touchdown Unlimited, and probably the most I say many people didn't realize this, and this is a legit thing that many people didn't realize, is that there was a vehicle in Touchdown Unlimited that you can legit sell, and you are basically a millionaire. And that vehicle was the Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato, and that car, you can legit sell it for $940,000. That is, like, keep in mind that you're basically doing races at the same time, and not to mention you're just like, oh yeah, I can actually just I can just buy a vehicle. Nah. Win the vehicle, sell the car, and then you basically just keep winning races on and on and on until you can actually afford a 12-car garage. Like, I kid you not, you'll buy everything later. And keep in mind, this was for the PS2 version. I don't know about the Xbox variant because I never owned an Xbox in my life. I kid you not. But if I were to own a Xbox, Xbox system, it'd probably be a 360. Let's see, for Xbox 360, I would easily buy Import Tool Challenge, and then with the Xbox One, easily Forza Horizon. So basically, Forza games I usually just get for PC. That's basically it. It's like, oh yeah, basically, Forza Horizon 3, 4, and 5. I can definitely get those on PC. But if there's one game that I thought was cool, was Forza Horizon 2. Not Forza Horizon 2. Forza Motorsport 2. My bad. And this was 2007, so there's that. And I was like, okay, that's interesting to say the least. But I don't want to pay for a freaking, like, membership. It's like, okay. It's like, yeah, I'm not trying to, like, pay for a membership for the Xbox. And it's like, dear Lord, what the heck is this? It's like I'm around my guy, I do not want a freaking... Like, I remember one time that I legit got heated because I saw an Xbox One. I was livid. I was like, oh, heck, you know, I ain't gonna be no Xbox boy. Heck, no. I'm like, you not see the PS2 and PS3? Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, I was legit, I was full on mad. I was like, oh heck, no, I ain't gonna get that, man. That mess, I am out. Like, nah. I was like, dude, like, my sister's like, yo, man, chill. It's not for me. Like, it's not for me. I was like, okay. It's like I was straight up, man. I was like, nah, fam. Nah. And like, man, what's on the Xbox? I was like, listen, I've been a PlayStation kid my entire life. I did not want an Xbox. And then come Christmas Day, and then I got a Xbox. I got a freaking PS4, which is actually one. It's not the rare variant, but it's not the the flat black and gloss variant. Now it is the straight up flat black variant, and I actually do like the way I do like the color of it. So there's that. I actually did kind of like it for the most part. It was pretty cool to see, and it was literally one of those things where basically they actually have a thing in the scene where it's like, oh yeah, basically we have like that for the most part. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. At the same time, God knows what will happen if that was the case. But yeah, it was cool to see, like all that. Yeah, I actually did kind of like it for the most part. It was the games were actually pretty cool. If there's one game I actually do wish they legit would remaster or literally do a remake of is the Tokyo Stream Racer series. Like many people actually, not many people, not everybody knows what the Tokyo Stream Racer series is, and yeah, like kid you not, those games are legit, straight up fire. I kid you not. And yes, I could use Gen Z slang just to tell you guys how freaking good the game is. It's like, is there a story? Kind of. And I was like, well, what do you mean by kind of? I mean, there's kind of a story, but at the same time, there isn't a story. Oh, okay. All right. Now, in terms of like the, no, in terms of like the rest of it, let's say, rest of it. Basically, now in terms of Volume 4, now Volume 4 is probably gonna make or break the next update that needs to be unbound because Speed Pass is cool, um, the extra vehicles you have to buy as DLC could easily be like rewards for like say like like literally every single 10 levels you get a brand new vehicle. It's like, okay, that's cool. So yeah, it's like literally, so yeah, like for example, let's say like what's that called? For example, the RX-7 Robo Jet Edition. You can legit just get you can legit just as have that as a vehicle on level 40, and that would make a lot more sense. Mustang would have been level 30. The wait, no, hold on. So okay, so hear me out. In terms of vehicle wise, what the heck? Okay, not that line. That is legit kind of weird. Anyways, um, so basically, that for the most part is normally so okay. This is my tier list. Okay, it's my let's say the rewards. My what there for rewards. Basically, um, so if like levels 1 through 10, it's literally just common items. It how the heck did they alive in the first place? I thought I killed him. Anyways. Now, okay. Oh yeah, um, basically levels 1 to 10 in Speed Pass would have been the wheels that would have been new top wheels, not just new turbo fans, because my God, you're wondering how many people actually dislike the turbo fans. Like, could easily just gotten like new rotor forms along with basically new rotor form, new 1552s, new HREs basically. Um, and heck, same thing with the like so basically like have the bike kit company had like their branded wheels like you're wondering how many people have the variants of what is that? So yeah, basically you wonder how many people have how many people actually have the body kit along with the wheels that they came on, and yeah, it's basically one of those things that you normally don't pay attention to, but at the same time you actually do pay attention to. And then like number 9 would have been like,
I'll put you down and get a raise.
sorry, Gino. Anyways, um, okay, it's not that one. Now, there we go. I was about to say, are the people going to follow her? Like, okay, yeah. He's literally hogging at the judge. What the heck is wrong with him? Okay. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so basically, rank 9 would have been like, oh, yeah, basically a body kit for, let's see, literally a free new body kit um, for a certain vehicle, and then easily, um, and then rank 10 would have been like literally one of the legend customs pack. Basically, the example, the Ford Mustang could easily be like not Ford Mustang, the Volvo 242 would easily like been like the first one. And then literally you'd be like, okay, so yeah, it's every 10 levels there's a new car. So yeah, there's that. Like that's a really good example. Like first, no, like yeah, first 8 would have been like new wheels from a specific manufacturer, um, and then rank 9 would have been a body kit. Rank 10 would have been a new Lexus custom vehicle. And then same thing was like 11 to 18, which is like another example. Like it'll be like basically new wheels from. So basically, like, for example, like new wheels from HRE. Like HRE will be like, oh yeah, basically we're giving you new wheels, and it's gonna be like this for the most part. It's like, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Actually, it's kind of cool actually. Um, but yeah, it actually is kind of interesting for the most part. So yeah, that's usually it's like most people didn't realize about that. It's like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool for the most part. It's not bad. But then again, who freaking knows? Um, but yeah, it actually is not that bad. It actually was kind of cool to say the least. It was, in fact, it was one of those cases where it's like, okay, yeah, it's not bad for the most part, but it's still saying, so there's that. Oh. And then Rank 18, Rank 18 will have been like the last week we can actually unlock, and then it's like, oh yeah, basically we have basically the level 20, level 19 will have been a new body kit, and then level 20 will have been a new Legends, Legends vehicle, and then let's have it to where it's like, okay, basically all the vehicles that you unlock from this vehicle. So basically, the alleged customs are unlocked. Have the like. This is actually a really good example. Have like not have. Basically, instead of like. So basically, a new car, and I mean a legit new car, should be like every 5 ranks. So basically, rank 5 would have been like a new vehicle. Rank 10 would have been a customs legends pack from said speed list. And then 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. That would have been like, it would have been like a lot more, it would give a lot of people reason to legit, to legit do the playlist because, okay, so to do the speed pass because they actually have more stuff added. Um, and then in terms of like what they should add back, obviously I see, and again I never done this before. They removed I think they removed something called manual launch, which I don't know what it's about per se. Like I kid you not, I have no friggin' idea what it's about anyways. Um, but it's kind of like that for the most part. So there's that.
Now that's an attractive bike for a serious-hearted criminal. Whoa, now she looks pretty, but not in like a girly way. So...
What was I saying? Oh yeah, basically, um, it's one of those times where it's like, okay, yeah, that actually is. It's actually one of those cases where it's like, okay, they have new stuff added, so there's like, oh yeah, they're actually like, oh wait a minute, they're adding new cars to the speed list. Oh heck yeah, I'm actually gonna do these speed lists.
She looks good. Not that she's
So that way it'd be a lot easier for people to actually
that is hot.
go in and actually get without any problems. Like, yeah, that's basically the whole point. It's literally just going in and just have fun with the speed pass instead of just
Whatever.
like a lot of people complain. It's like, oh my god, the speed pass sucks. Like, okay, good for you, I guess. Um, yeah, it's still just like, oh yeah, let's have here's one new vehicle and add a whole bunch of reskins. Nah. The reskins. We need like new cars. Like not just one car per volume. Nah, we want like at least 10 cars that are not straight up reskins. Like, I kid you not. You wondering how many people got annoyed by the fact that, oh my god, this is another freaking reskin of a vehicle. Like, a lot of people literally lost weight and was like, oh my god, there's there are lord, like how many reskins do you guys want? There's a lot of brands of vehicles you want to toss in. And it's like, listen, man, there is a lot of people are not too keen on convertibles in the first place because those slots could easily be optional to say the least. It's like, oh yeah, here's the 2019 variant of the Ford Mustang. Here's the 2019 variant of the convertible. It's like, my god, you could easily just add that in the first place. Why in the world did you add that as a separate vehicle? God dang. God dang. But yeah, usually it's kind of like that for the most part. Um, and many people like, what the heck is wrong? Like, why in the world is EA legit trying to justify the adding one guy, add a bunch of reskins? Really. And not to mention, at least give story mode more stuff to do than just oh yeah, we have this now. Like, what the heck is this? Like, you could easily just give us uh
Now I've seen it all.
pie. Again, who recognize? Anyway, that monkey. Yeah, it actually is. But yeah, they could easily just oh yeah, we added a crap ton of new cars that you guys highly requested. And it's like, please don't be reskins, please don't be reskins, please don't be reskins. It's like, And like there are not reskins. It's like, yes, finally EA listened to us. Oh my friggin' god! And oh yeah, the new, one of the new cars. Here's involved in the speed pass. And it's like, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Like that would have been like really good progress. And then it's like, oh yeah, manual launching is back. It's like, yes, manual launch. We like, oh my god. It's like, heck, it would have been like, and again, it would have been like, oh yeah, we finally got something y'all wanted. Yes. Hashtag best update ever. It's like, god damn, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. And half the, oh my god. Oh yeah, but basically that for the most part was pretty interesting at least. So yeah, I so, before I end the live stream off from here, I want to actually thank you guys for sticking with me through the entirety of my YouTube career, and hopefully we get to around 500 subs. Um, we won't stop grinding. We won't stop posting. We won't stop live streaming until the day we freaking die. So with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below you want to see next. You can follow me. Oh, wait, actually, on. My bad. I didn't get it right properly. I just realized one more thing, and it is GTA Online. I completely forgot about that game. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot about this game for a while. So yeah. So next update, I kid you not. Hopefully they return all those cars in because that was a pretty stupid idea to do. And not to mention, hopefully they reverted, oh my god. Hopefully they reverted to, not reverted, but basically, oh wait, actually, I already beat this one, okay. Freaking ow. Anyway, so basically, um, so yeah, TLDR, the vehicles I want to see is probably never gonna happen at all because, well, yeah, they never even told us what vehicles are going to delete. So yeah. In terms of like next update for GTA Online, basically, return all the vehicles back and then add a freaking search filter because that would have been a lot easier to do than, I kid you not, is a lot easier to do than just straight up deleting the cars from the websites, only to then lock them behind, not resales per se, but lock them behind, basically lock them behind a, behind a subscription. which that's usually a bad. That's normally a bad thing. Just saying. Um, so basically, in terms of vehicles, oh dear God, there's gonna be a crap ton of vehicles that a lot of people wanted, but for me specifically, basically 16 cars. That would like legit make up for the. That would have been like, oh yeah, this would have been like a legit apology. It's like, oh yeah, here's the vehicles you guys wanted, and here are the cars. Here are the cars we deleted from the website. We apologize that we didn't like. It's like, yeah, we apologize for not being thorough with you guys on what vehicles will be deleted. And everything is like, I mean, then again, you did kind of messed up literally half the time. It's like, we know. It's like, okay, just making sure you knew. It's like, oh my god. Anyway, so, like, yeah, that's usually the second thing that normally would legit happen. So yeah, I'm just gonna go lightning round on this for the most part. So without any further ado, 1964, 1961 Impala, 1973 Monte Carlo, Ford Shelby GT500 from 1969, Nissan 300ZX, Nissan 240SX, second gen Mazda RX-7, Ford Mustang Fox /8/7, Mitsubishi's 1 through 3, Mitsubishi Mirage Coupe, what freaking else? Oh yeah, Pistol Compass, basically, old school Porsche 964/930, okay, let me try this again. 1961 Impala, 1973-75 Monte Carlo, Ford Mustang, Shelby GT500, Mach 1 body style, second gen Mazda RX-7, third gen Supra, Honda NSX, Mitsubishi Mirage, Coupe, Mitsubishi Starion, what's that called? Nissan D-ZX, specifically both Z31 and Z32, so that counts as two. Honda Accord Coupe V6, either the GMT 800, either the GMT 800, is the other GMT 400, Tahoe GMT 800, Tahoe, the Mazda Miata, and last but not least, Ford Mustang Fox Body. And then for a little extra on, obviously any variant of the Mazda Miata. Basically just those 16 plus 1, so there's that. Yeah, that's usually about it for the most part. Yeah, so with that out of the way, and one more thing to change is literally, in terms of the bikers update, just change the final award to the Lost Sandland, because that's what people want, and it's extremely rare. So with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down what you want to see next. And not to mention, if you want to listen more of my podcasts, you can just type in Goddrifter podcasts, and I made 11 of I made 10 of these plus this one, which is number 11, and it has been a while since I've done this sort of live stream, and it has been a full minute since I actually straight up doing a podcast for the most part. And the last time I did a podcast was 2 years ago, and I actually straight up canceled it. But then again, I haven't done one of these in a while, so with that out of the way, hope you guys have a dope Monday. This is Goddrifter signing off, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.